Hey guys, dating life going pretty shitty?
I find you so creepy, I think you should have to walk around with a bell around your neck.
Finding yourself getting a little desperate for some female companionship?
Alexa, tell me you love me.
Hell no. You disgust me.
What you need is to upgrade your style right now. The Toxic Store's got exactly what you need. Pick up some stylish gear featuring Deviant Gamer, Toxic Radio, and the Heavy Metal Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah!
You can find the store through the Toxic Radio app or toxicradio.net. Get in the game.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Get yourself a little love.
That guy's getting boobies.
Yeah, he is.
Toxic Radio and the Toxic Store. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Planning your Saturday night can be a bit of a bitch.
Saturday night is the loneliest night in the week.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Load up Toxic Radio every Saturday night for the Heavy Metal Happy Hour with the one and only Fishman.
I know that, dude.
There will be interviews, ticket giveaways, a little bit of banter with Toxic Mike, and of course great metal from the 80s all the way through today. Starts at 7 p.m., runs until Fish says it's over. Everyone get out! Catch it only on Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic. All sports talk shows are the same, right?
I am bothered by everything.
You gotta go back to football school.
The goal of this guy, it's just immeasurable.
Wrong. In a world filled with talking heads more interested in their own celebrity than actually knowing the sports world, it's hard to find the people who really care about sports first. Look no further. Wire to Wire has it all covered. These guys have the knowledge and the cred to back up their opinions. No hot takes to get attention, just straight up opinions. Know anyone else who correctly called the 2020 World Series and March Madness? How about 70% on the NFL and NCAA football last year? You don't. Bottom line, these guys know their shit. They aren't doing it for attention, they're doing it for passion. Wire to Wire, live every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern, only on Toxic Radio and wherever you find podcasts. Hey, miss an episode of Relationships 101? Don't sweat it. We got you covered. You can catch up on episodes on the Toxic Radio app, toxicradio.net, or wherever you get podcasts, like iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and Odyssey. And don't forget to follow John on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember, just like any relationship, communication is key. Keep in touch.
Oh man, you gotta love that beat. What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome y'all once again to one of the hottest podcasts in the relationship game right now, Relationships 101, and I'm your guest, your doctor of love for the next 60 minutes, your spectacular Blackula, and I'm gonna help you through all your relationship troubles tonight. All right, before we start, I'm gonna start you off with some food for thought. Sometimes you have to put aside your feelings for them and pay attention to what their actions are saying, how they feel for you. Keep that in mind. I actually had to eat that one myself. But I want to send a special shout out. One half of my crew tonight, my right-hand man, Supreme the Resurrector, isn't with us. He'll be joining us next week. But I want to send a shout out to him, Fiona Benton, and Joe Turner. You know, I had been going through a little something lately, and they actually was there for me when I needed them to get me out of the funk. You know, it's kind of hard when you sit in this chair sometimes and you're giving out relationship advice, and you know, when you actually need it, it's, you know, you're looking to the left and right and no one's there. So, you know, it's always good to have good people. But we have some viewers tonight. I see you on screen, Cherry Moore. I appreciate you watching, first-time viewer. Bun Bundy. I know you're ready to get shit started, so let's do it. Drunk Unks Podcast and everyone else, let's do it. Topic tonight is, can a dog of a man reform his ways for the right woman? Well, that's been quite the controversial topic since I posted it today, and now we're going to talk about it. Dave, what's going on? Can a dog of a man reform his ways for the right woman? Well, that's a coin toss, but I'd like to say yes. If the right woman comes along that, checks off everything he's been looking for, because, he's a dog for a reason. It's because he hasn't met that woman that, that's been able to match his needs and his wants and his desires. So I can imagine that when he finally does meet her, yes, it'll be enough for him to want to, stop his doggish ways, so to say. I've been hearing a term this evening. A smut is a smut. So, young lady, Miss Bundy, what's going on, Gene? Miss Bundy, please talk to me. Let me know how you feel about this. And the flip side to that coin is, can a hoe, a cheating bitch, well, hold up, let me take that back. Not a cheating bitch. Let's call her monogamously challenged. Turn into a good wife. Turn into a good wife. So can she reform her ways? No and no. I'm going to tell you right now, Miss Bundy. Gene says character is character, but everyone has a past. This is why I don't see why this is such a hot topic. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Dave says anybody is capable of change. Wouldn't work in the field, if I didn't believe that. And pay attention to their history. Well, here's my thing. A hoe, cheating bitch, Miss Monogamously Challenged, whatever one you want to use. If I ran across one that happened to, meet my needs and checked off all my needs and, we the energy was there, sure, I could put a ring on her. Why not? Hell, she done already been out in the street. She already know ain't nothing out there. A good man like me is probably be a breath of fresh air that she needs. So, what's going on, Preem? I see you watching. Brad said, just like the kid Leroy said, can't make a wife out of a hoe. Drunk Unc's podcast says smutty smut. I'm telling you right now, I do believe that, yes, reformed hoe can make a good housewife. Yeah, she could. Everyone has a past, even the dog of a man. Yes, he could make a good man for somebody. If he met that right woman, it'd make him want to change his ways. Miss Bundy, you said, but they won't change for someone else, no matter how good the significant other is. Do you honestly believe that? I'll use myself, for example. Let's just say, matter of fact, remember the movie Boomerang, Eddie Murphy? He met Robin Givens and he was ready to change his ways for her. So yes, I do believe that the right woman, once he comes along and finds her, is enough to make him want to change his ways. Toss them other bitches out and give it up for that one. Yeah. Okay. Ms. Bundy says they will change when they want to, not for you. Well, I'm not saying they will change. Yes, I am. I'm saying they'll change to that individual because they'll want that individual in their life and they won't want to risk losing that person. So, yeah, I will say they'll change for that person. But they got to want to change it for themselves also. So I do see what you're saying also. So, fellas, talk to me. Tell me what you think. Can Dave said people don't change for others. Watch any addict. They change because they make the commitment to change and decide that because they realize they need to change. No, that's true too. That's true too. But we talk about coke, not sex. So, well, no, I guess it's about the same thing. Yeah. Addiction is an addiction. Gene says it can happen, but a liar is a liar. I'm serious when I say, when you show me your character, I won't unsee it. True. I agree 100% with you. Yeah. You can only go off of a person's actions. That's it. And I'm not someone to want to hold a person's past against them. Because we all have one. That's I knows I wasn't the nicest person in my past. Someone could honestly say, you know what, John Evans, he's a dick. And, that could be a lot of missed opportunities for me. But, everyone has a past. So let's keep that on the table as we keep pushing through the night, because we have some stories tonight that really need to be dealt with. And I want to make sure that we got enough time in tonight's show to discuss them all. Like I said, I'm missing my right-hand man because a couple of these he would have loved. Gene says, the part that drives me nuts is when men or women will get with a woman who's cheating and then be surprised when they cheat. Yeah, you got to know what you're getting into from day one. You got it. But you know what? That honeymoon phase will fuck you up, though. I mean, seriously, that honeymoon phase will fuck you up. Have you not really wanting to see that the person, it will have you not realizing the person that is right in front of you. Ms. Bundy says, I think change is temporary until the temptation comes. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Fine and smart. I like that. Yeah, that was a good one. Jane says, Ms. Bundy, big facts. All right, we're going to jump into a story real quick. My man Sean is chiming in to us tonight. He says, me and my ex-fiance have been going through it lately with finances, the cost of a wedding, everything you could think of. So I come home from work, and the ring is on the counter along with the note. She won't answer my calls or take any of my texts. I'm pissed and hurt. 2 weeks later, my buddy tells me he knows where she is. She moved down the street. I don't know the guy. I've only seen him in passing. I feel like going over there and catching the charge. What should I do? It's a hard pill to swallow right there. You shouldn't do anything. And I'm going to tell you why, because it's a damn shame you go down there wanting to fight over a woman who does not want you, and then you find out old boy is handy with the hammer. So it's no need in getting your ass kicked over, or potentially getting your ass kicked over a woman who does not want you. Jean says she's a coward. Address your issues like an adult. Ms. Bundy says leave her to the streets. Jean says throw her away like the trash she is. And I agree with all those comments right there. That was a cowardly way she left, and you're actually better off without her. Now, granted, this pain will be around for a while. Don't expect it to leave anytime soon. But you'll be all right. Drunk Unks podcast is damn another Dear John. Yeah, another Dear John. We dealt with this. The last podcast, it was a Dear, it was a Dear John. But yeah, you know what? Dear John letters are fucked up, but I'm a victim of leaving them my damn self. They are cowardly ways of dealing with situations, and I will admit, I think I've done it because I didn't want to deal with the face-to-face drama of actually breaking up with a person. So a Dear John letter is a simpler way of handling things. Cowardly, but simpler. So, yeah. Drunk Unks podcast says facts. Brad says talk to her, not the guy. It's not his fault. Talk to her about what? She left. She put the ring on the table. She left a note. There's nothing to talk about. There's no need of going down that dude's crib talking about, baby, why'd you do this? Baby, I want you back. Then wick up, you hit upside the head for being on that man's property. No, I don't advise that at all. Leave her down the street and move on. Jean says, I disagree, Brad. She didn't move by herself. That's right. No one twisted her arm. She made a conscious decision to go down the street to be with that man. So, move on. There's plenty of other women out there showing. There's women out there giving it away. Don't be stuck on this one. Like I said, I know it's hurt. Ms. Bundy says being cowardice will get your windows broken. Sexy, smart, and violent. I really like that. But, Drunkers Podcast says, yeah, don't come to him as a man. He might put the beats on niggas like Dre. He might. That's why I said, don't go down there. You find that old boy is handy with the hammer, then you laid up in urgent care getting stitched up. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's women out there giving that stuff away. Don't be stuck on her. You're going to hurt for a while. You will. Trust me, you will. But trust me, it's happened to the best of us. You'll make it through it. There's other women out there. Summertime is coming. Man, they're going to be stripping down, showing that shit off. Hey, trust me, it's going to be plenty out there for you. So you'll be all right, brother. You will be all right. Until then, the podcast is here. I tell everyone who sends in the stories, please give us a follow-up. Let me know how you make out. If you decide to go down there, man, I hope your skills is up to par. But if you don't and you happen to get into another relationship, please let us know. Talk to us. The people definitely want to hear. All right. We'll move on to the next one. Miss Bundy says, I think what Gene is saying is that approach the dude too. Because he helped her move from your crib. He knew she was disrespecting you. LOL. Aunt Elby, what's going on? There's more PUSSY in the sea. Definitely on the streets, yeah. Drunk Unks Podcast says, my boy said, you talking heavy, bruh. No, I'm serious. Don't go down there. Like I said, you find that old boy is handy with his shit, and that's just, you done lost your woman, and you done lost your pride because you done got your ass beat. You done got the 2-for-1 combo. No, don't do it. I advise you not to. Jean says, she is right. Exactly what I'm saying. Drunk Unks Podcast says, but if that ain't your man's, then it don't matter. Well, no, it don't. And it don't sound like it was his man's. He sounds like he was thrown off completely by this one. All right. We're going to move to the next one. This is from my man, Troy. Troy says, me and my wife have been together for 7 years. It's been rough, more bad than good, but we made it work. We have 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls. Well, the 5th child is the reason why I'm here. We both are very dark-skinned people. When my wife gave birth, the baby looked half white. Here we are 4 months in, and there's no skin tone change yet. She assures me that this is my baby. I'm not buying it. I need this kid's mouth swabbed ASAP. Am I wrong for wanting to get to the bottom of this? Drunk Unks Podcast says she orchestrated it. Stay woke. Okay. The 5th baby is in question because he doesn't think it's his. 2 very dark-skinned people, and the baby is half white. Pretty much what we have here is the Denise Huxtable in the house from the Cosby Show. Brad says, get that test. Miss Bundy said Drunko's podcast, and he talked her into it. Murk both of them. I'm not advocating violence on this podcast at all. But you do what you got to do, bro. But that's all I'm going to say. As far as this situation with the baby, it's a lot of ways to look. It's a lot of ways to look into this. Dave says, can't assume too much. Recessive genes are out there. Many black folks have some white in their history. I also don't blame him for being suspicious. Drunken's Podcast says, not the Denise. Yeah, he's dealing with the Denise Huxtable in the family right there. Dave Ayers says, ancestry, not history, really. Ms. Bundy says, that's so ignorant. Genetics are real. It could very well be his child. Well, it very well could be his, or it could be the milkman's. Either or, we don't know. He might. I'm going to say only because it's agitating this man. He probably doesn't sleep right. He's probably looking at this baby like, oh my gosh, I love you, but in a way I can't stand you. I mean, okay, 4 months in, he's worried about this. What is he going to do when the baby turns 1? So you ever seen those I guess they'd be like hash brown potatoes, but they're shaped like alphabets, letters. What is he going to do? Get some of those and spell out on a plate, you piss me off, and give it to the 1-year-old? Come on now. For him, for the sake of this, the Drunken's Podcast says he gets no real test. There's a pain I've never wished on my worst enemy. I get it. Miss Bundy says, if he get that test and she knows he's questioning her, she's going to leave him. I know I would. Sherry Moore says, bro, go to the drugstore and get a DNA test for $50 and get your answers. I agree. What you do is, say you want to spend the day. No, you want to give her a spa day. Get her out the house so you know she's going to be gone for a while. They could ride to CVS, go buy that drug test. Hey, get that baby laughing and talking, and while she's giggling, swoop, swipe the inside of that mouth. Mail it off, and, I don't know what's done after that, but you'll definitely have your answers. Now, are you ready for the answers that's going to be given? If it's not your baby, how do you move forward with that? If it is your baby, then, hey, the Cosbys was happy, so you'll have to be too. So, Ms. Bundy says, y'all must ain't watch Why Did I Get Married Too? No, I didn't see that. Help me out there. Drunk On's Podcast says, swipe that mouth. I'm all for it. Is the people poll working tonight? Okay. This is a feature we have at the Relationships 101 podcast. We have a poll that we use now, and the poll is, should Troy swab that baby's mouth? Let's get it up and popping for the people so they can make the decisions and we can see whether it's yay or nay. Brad said it's time to go on Maury Povich. No, he wants to be discreet about this, Brad. He does not want his lady to know, because this is a form of deception. Let's call it a form of deception. Excuse me. This is a form of deception because either one or two things is happening. Either he has a faithful wife where some, genes just came through from, a prior generation, or he got a cheating bitch on his hands. Oh, I'm sorry. I said I would not use that term. He has someone monogamously challenged. Aunt Elby says, hell yeah. Jean says, worried. Should Troy swab the baby's mouth? I say swab it. Drunk On's Podcast says, man, yes, swab that baby's mouth, bruh. Because if the babies ain't yours, you might actually have to leave. I ain't even gonna lie, because there's no way I could go ahead and do that and, look that baby in the face every day, then look her in the face every day. We be around there moving furniture, adult and baby furniture. So, yes, get that baby's mouth swab. Dave says, I preach honesty, so either man up and confront this concern head on or don't. Sneaking around with a swab is deceitful. Going to mess up the relationship. At least do it honestly. I don't agree with you. I say he should do it without anyone else knowing. Ms. Bundy says he going to deceive her because he thinks she's deceiving him. Oh, the irony, LOL. Just straight up tell her you want to test. Don't do that. No. As the late, great Bernie Mac once said, sometimes the right thing to do ain't always the right thing to do. No. Talking to her about this is only going to cause an argument. Let's reenact this real quick. Hey, baby, I need to talk to you about something. That baby's a little light for me. I want to get his mouth swabbed. What is she going to say? Bitch, what you trying to say? I'm cheating? No, that's not going to be a good conversation. I don't advise him to do that for sure. So is sleeping around. The fuck? Exactly. My man Supreme says swab job for sure. Brad said he never said his girl had cheating problems. If she has, then definitely swab the baby. Well, I don't think he had to say she had cheating problems. I mean, first of all, let's get one thing straight, Brad. It doesn't take much to get, someone pregnant. I mean, fuck. A few humps and you move to the side the right way, fuck, you gonna come. You gonna get somebody pregnant from coming. That's what happens. Okay? Relationships 101, baby maker 101. I just helped you out, Brad. Now, Miss Bundy, see you lacking integrity, John. That's a bad quality. No, I'm not lacking integrity. I'm just saying, get that baby's mouth swabbed. Drunk On's Podcast said, why that baby so yellow? Her family blacker than the ace of spades. Exactly. The man said they was two dark-skinned people. Now you got this baby walking around looking like someone from the cast of The Simpsons. That's not right. Investigate that. Find out what's going on. Either that baby got a serious case of jaundice or it's not yours. Either or. Find out, brother. Ms. Bundy says it doesn't have a reason to question her fidelity. Swabbing that child is deceitful. Is it deceitful or are we just finding out a mystery? Come on now. And I thought you loved a good mystery. Nah, Swabbing that baby's mouth is not deceitful. It's getting to the truth and it's finding some peace in this man's life. And I tell him straight up, swab that baby's mouth. Yes. The only baby Maggie ain't mine. That's right. And come on now. That baby ain't talking either. Nah, that baby ain't mine. All my kids was talking before they was one. Shit. No. Swab that mouth is the only way you're going to find peace. It's the only way you're going to find, it's the only way you're going to get that weight lifted off your shoulders. Do it, you'll feel better in the morning. If the baby is yours, you'll definitely feel better in the morning. If the baby ain't yours, well, that's another situation right there. That's a cold situation. Leon Daniels, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, please get back with us on that. I am dying to know if this is your baby or if this is the community's baby. Please let me know. I'm dying to know on that one. Okay. Dave says, neither of my parents was blonde. I'm blonde. Okay. I was. Shut up. 2 recessive genes happen to match. That's all. Leon Daniel says, looking like a DeBarge. Exactly. Drongo's podcast says, Maggie, 30 plus and still can't talk or walk. Ain't that some shit? How many seasons we in now? Tiana Benton says, until the wife finds out, and now he's single. Well, if the baby ain't his, he need to be single. But she doesn't have to find out. She really doesn't. I don't know the steps in the process to get into the kid's mouth swab. If it comes through the mail, you better be the first one to meet that mailman there. Who knows? It could be something where he could find out through an email or something like that. Ms. Bundy says, I have an Army couple that are good friends. They're dark brown, but the wife's mother is high yellow. So was their son. Okay, that makes sense right there. Let me ask you this. They're both dark-skinned people. Let's say both their parents is blacker than a brand new freight train or blacker than this background I'm up against right now. What's the excuse then? Huh? What's the excuse then? Okay? His parents, her parents, blacker than the microphone I'm talking in, blacker than this hoodie I'm wearing, blacker than the tooth I got in the back of my mouth. What is their excuse then? Please tell me. I've got to know. Blacker than these headphones I'm wearing. But they're walking around, like I said, with this baby that look like it's from the cast of The Simpsons. What's the excuse on that one, Miss Bundy? I'm dying to know. Please tell me. No, because I got news for you. If you take 2 buckets of black paint and you pour them into 1 can, you're not going to have a hint of yellow. It's all going to be black. Dave says, hey, he doesn't need to be single if this one isn't his. If the other 3 are, then that's 3 out of 4. And that exceeds the meat load standard. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. He's still got 3 other kids with her. Drunk Unc's podcast says, ain't none. These harlots ain't loyal. No, they ain't. These bitches ain't worth a damn no more. I'm just keeping it real. Quick to call a man a dog, but come on now. Excuse me. No, these harlots are not loyal. So, Troy, you got an uphill battle on your hands. I mean, if you choose to stay, you're going to have to forgive her because tests and science doesn't lie. That baby, if it comes back not yours, and you know, Junko's podcast says, my effing God, yes, sir, these harlots ain't loyal. If that test come back and says it's not yours, and you know she's been disloyal to you. So if you choose to stay, you're going to have to forgive her. There's no way you're going to have to be able, there's no way you should throw that in her face. But, hey, that's up to you. And LB says she got some white meat. No, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Who knows? The test will come back, and they'll have to sort that whole thing out. We're going to move on to the next one. That was a good one, Troy. Thank you for tuning in and sharing that one with us. This one is from Net. First female tonight. Thank you, Net. Says, I want to start by saying I love the show. You both do a good job with the calm and the crazy, but I need some help. Me and my man have been together for 2.5 years. He's a great guy, and we've had an amazing relationship, but lately it's gotten stale, somewhat predictable, like we've hit a bit of a bump in the road. Can you please help me with some suggestions to get us back on the right path? Ms. Bundy says it can still happen. There are twins where one is white and the other is black. I think it's some ish he ain't telling us. Her fidelity must be in question, or he's writing a letter. Question of he's writing a letter. I still say be straight up and test. You're right. You're right. From what you said, even with the, twins and everything else like that. Maybe he should be straight up and talk to her, put it all out on the table, but I definitely think a test is in question. Do we have the stats, the poll? Are they done yet? Let's bring them up. Let's see what the people have to say. Okay, while we're waiting for that. Okay, Net basically said her and her man, 2.5 relationship, things have gotten stale. She doesn't know what to do. It's like they hit a bump in the road. Things have gotten somewhat predictable. She needs help on getting things back on the right track. I wrote down a couple things for you, Nat. First of all, communication. Talk to him. Find out why things have gotten dry, stale. Could it be work related? Could it be you guys have let life get in the way of you two? That happens a lot, between work, kids. I don't know if you have kids, but, work, kids, everyday life. Sometimes, at the end of the day, you don't even have 5 minutes for your damn self. And, that thing, perpetuates. The next thing you know, you've, how you were so close together, you've grown apart. So communicate. Figure out a nice getaway, weekend trip. Doesn't have to be anything expensive. Doesn't have to be anywhere far, but a nice getaway where just you two can focus on you two. Put the phone up, all that bullshit, and just stay locked in with each other. Ms. Bundy says, see, this is when people start cheating. 2 years and now they got problems because everyone gets comfortable. I agree with you. And you know what? We're gonna talk about this too. I hate that to the core and I'm someone big on change. I notice it, people's behavior and things of that nature. So I'm with you on that one. I hate when people get comfortable. When you first get in, you got that honeymoon phase. You go hard. You're sending texts nonstop, calls nonstop. You're going above and beyond. But then when you get comfortable, everything slacks off. It's almost like I don't have to do it anymore because I got them. No, that's not true. Keep doing the shit. And like Miss Bundy said, hey, that's what happens. That normally is what causes people to cheat because, they get comfortable. They get complacent. Supreme says staycation. Yeah, that was my next one. Staycation. Put those phones up. Focus on each other. Some good food, some good drinks, and some good games. One that I personally like to use, and it's always worked for me, strip Jenga. Yes, you take the little Jenga pieces, you write down an article of clothing, and as you pull it off, shirt, you got to take that motherfucker off. And, you just keep going until, either you're naked or the thing falls over. But yeah, strip Jenga is always a good one. Chris Barry's watching. What's going on, brother? Miss Bundy says exactly. I just stopped talking to a guy because he got comfortable. I'd never get comfortable with you. I'm just letting you know that now. No, let me stop. Yes, I get with you. Yeah, when people get comfortable, it's just the worst because it just doesn't work. M. Tanita Austin says that's a good one. I'm gonna let you borrow that one. All right, y'all go ahead and enjoy that strip Jenga. Try it out this weekend. Get back with your boy. Brad says switch up your routine. If you go out to eat at the same places, try someone new. If you do the same things on your day off, try a new hobby. Miss Bundy said, "Did you shoot your shot?" Only if it's working. But the show's over at 9. We can talk about that then. But yeah, strip Jenga is a nice one. And, in all worst cases, when all else fails, you can always introduce anal in the bedroom. That's always nice. So, whatever works. But I definitely think, You should try those. Supreme says, I'm with the strip Jenga. Yeah, strip Jenga works. I definitely recommend that to, everyone. Or strip twister, either or, or naked twister. Hey, you're bound to hit the spot there. But, yeah, try any of those. And, good luck with that, Net. Somewhere along the way, you guys had a disconnect. I don't know how, but you definitely did have a disconnect. And Tanita Austin says, yeah, you do have to change up the activities and locations to keep it exciting. I agree with you. There was a point in life where I honestly was addicted to screwing in the Arby's parking lot in the backseat of my car, but now I switch it up to Chipotle, and that kind of made things a little more exciting. So, yeah, I agree with you on that one. What do we have here? And Jamie is watching. Supreme says, oh, well, not the butt plug. Hey, I'm just saying, when all else fails, you can always introduce anal in the bedroom. I mean, that's always nice. Jamie says minor. Oh, okay. I'm not going to read that one. But, yeah, you have a, crap load of things you can work off of here, Net. Sorry, things or, didn't work out for you or aren't working out for you. This is it. You don't have to throw in the towel yet. Give them a try and get back with me and let me know how you make out. Okay, we are halfway through this. Let's talk some more about the topic at hand. Well, no. Miss Bundy, I know you're watching. I'm interested in what you think. Sorry to put you on the spot. But when romance gets stale, what do you do? When you feel like you're starting to, lose that connection, what do you do? When you drift apart in a relationship, what do you do? I mean, it happens to everyone. Some people make it through it, some people don't. So, what do you do? I'm curious. And not just from you, from anyone. If it happens, what do you do? It's happened to me, and you know what? I'm just gonna be honest. As much as I can come on here and give advice every Monday and talk like I got my shit together. When the shit happens to me, I don't handle it well. So when things, drift apart and everything else like that, I'm. As Bundy said, you still have to date. You have to date each other still. I agree with you. I'm just curious. What do you consider a romantic date night? I mean, I'm 47 and I'm still waiting on someone to have a picnic with. So, you tell me your opinion on that one. Let me stop. Yeah, you still have to have date nights and things of that nature. But you have to keep it alive. You have to keep it fresh. Buy lingerie. I mean, whatever it takes. Victoria's Secrets, Lane Bryant, whatever one you want to use. But you have to, Antonita Austin says role play. Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Come here. You've been a naughty girl today. Come here. If you got to, buy costumes and shit like that, Ms. Bundy, discuss your issues on Concerns Weekly. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Never thought about that one. That's a good one. Yeah, discuss them on a weekly basis, And LB says, add some toys to the relationship. It's another good one. There's all different kind of things, you could add. Like Miss Bundy said, discussing things on a weekly basis. A lot of people hold on to things, and they bring them out weeks afterwards. And it's like, what the fuck? Why didn't you mention that when the shit happened? Well, that's a good reason. Start putting stuff on the table on a weekly basis. Toys, Victoria's Secrets, getaways, praying. No, we're not talking about the butt plug again. But day trips, staycations. There's a bunch of things to do. I just saw one online. There was a paint and sip. Brunches. There's a shit ton of things. There's never an excuse. Dave says toys, friends, games, role play, pets. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But yes, we're all in the studio saying pets. Miss Bundy said, I've never had a sex issue. It's the communication breakdown I've had challenges with. I'll speak up. My partners weren't as forthcoming. You know, I'm all about communication. Talking about everything. Whatever it is, the good, the sad, the happy, the glad, on a daily basis too. Sometimes too much. So yeah, I'm right along with you. I'm a big communicator my damn self. But hold up. Anthony Austin says you have to want to keep it going. Matthew Godfrey says dove fucking. I have no idea what that is, but okay. Supreme says, hold on now, pets. I know everyone's wondering what's up with these pets. Ain't no pets coming in the bedroom. I'm sorry. Yes, Anthony Austin says pets. Everyone is wondering about the pets. You got to explain yourself on that one. I'm sorry. Matthew Godfrey says she's ignoring the safe word. Oh, okay. You guys use safe words. Okay. Junior Warren, what's going on, brother? My boy is out here shooting that shot. Kobe. Ms. Bunny says, please explain dove fucking. I don't know myself. Matthew, please explain it for the listeners. What is dove fucking? We're a little confused. And Dave, what the hell are you doing with pets in the bedroom? You got to explain that too. Supreme says Matthew says Supreme knows what it is. Supreme says Freaky Dicky Dave. Okay, we got to move forward on this one. We have another story. This one is by someone who goes by the name of Chance, and I don't believe that's his real name. So let's get into the story. Matthew Godfrey says I would have to call in. You know what? Fuck it. The call-in line is 856-485-9565. Come on, get on the love line and explain to everyone what is dove fucking. Anthony Austin, of course Supreme knows. Supreme says Google dove fucking. It's a very sexy thing. Okay, I'm going to give Matthew Godfrey a chance to call in and explain to us what is dove fucking. Phone line's open for you. I'll repeat it again, 856-485-9565. And the phone line just ain't for Matthew. I'm just saying, you might want to call up here and talk to one of the handsomest hosts in the game right now. That's shout out to you, Miss Bundy. All right. He's on. Let's see. No, he's not. Oh, the phones are open, so let's get it. Dave says pets was just me saying stupid shit for fun. I'm glad you cleared that up. I'm glad, because I didn't know whether it was squirrels, gerbils, cats, dogs, what. But there's no pets in the bedroom for Dave. Phone line is open, Godfrey. I'll do it one more time, 856-485-9565. Let's get it. I'm going to give you a few minutes. He says done already. Okay. No call. We have to move on to the next story. This is okay. We got to move on to the next story. This is by Chance. Dave says been old stories about people with gerbils though. That's too freaky for me. Yeah, I ain't fucking around with that. Supreme says 2 chicks are involved with dove fucking. It involves breast and a vagina. Thank you for clearing that up. Okay. This story. Okay, we got Matthew online. Let's talk to him. Matthew, what you got popping? Talk to me. Definition of dove fucking. Go.
Yeah. It's when a woman gently rubs her breast on another woman's vagina. It's very sexy. Partners should let their partners do that. Pretty cool. If you're into that.
Right.
Just saying.
If you're into that. Those of
you never heard of that?
Never heard of it. I'm totally ignorant to that terminology. But thank you for.
I heard Supreme has a whole song on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That's why he knows.
I'm going to leave him out of that. Thank you, Matthew, for chiming in with that. Hey, seats available to you at the table anytime you want to join us. Thank you. I appreciate you. Take it easy. All right. I got to move into this story. This is from Chance. And I don't believe this is his real name, but we'll see. Let me start by saying I love my wife and my family. We've been together for 9 years. My wife knew at the beginning that I've been struggling with my homosexual tendencies. I just started seeing a guy at work, on the low, of course. Of course. Things are now out of control. He's threatening to expose us and tell my family if I don't leave them for him. What should I do? You done got all fucked up and you think I'm going to be able to bail you out of this? Yeah, right. People, please. I'm going to read this one more time for shits and giggles. This is from Chance. Let me start by saying I love my wife and my family. Do you? We've been together for 9 years. My wife knew at the beginning that I've struggled with my homosexual tendencies. I just started seeing a guy at work, on the low, of course. Things are now out of control. He's threatening to expose us and tell my family if I don't leave them for him. What should I do? Supreme says, Lord, Lord, Lord. Junior Warren says, when the story starts with, let me start by saying it's going to get dark. No doubt. I say it all the time. Yes. Supreme says, live your truth, cuz, be gay. Antonito also. Oh, shit. All right. Dave says, what's that song, Preem? When doves fuck? I don't know. But Chance is in a sticky situation here. No puns intended. Matthew Godfrey says he's bisexual. Don't hate. I'm not hating on nothing. But Miss Bundy says he's dead wrong. Let's unpack all this right here. Man has a family, wife, been together 9 years. The wife knew coming in that he was struggling with homosexual tendencies. Basically, what she tried to do was she took chicken shit and tried to make chicken salad out of it, and you just can't do it. And LB says, do you really? If you did, you wouldn't been taking it up the tailpipe. Oh, yeah, you're right about that too. Matthew says, how wrong? How's he wrong? She knew. Well, yes, she did know, and that's the thing. But he deceived her because he told her, I've shaken those ways, okay? Baby, it's just me and you. I've given up the dicks. It's just me and you now, okay? I want to live a heterosexual life. That's the word I was looking for. And apparently he failed on that. He met a guy at work. Me and Supreme talk all the time about people meeting at these jobs. I'm telling you, the broom closet in there must stink like hell. But meeting jobs, getting it in, there's consequences and repercussions to deal with after this. Matthew says, how did she find out? Did she find his dildo collection? Antonita Austin says, oh, she knew what she was getting into. Of course she knew. Ms. Bundy said, if he's the top and smashing his wife, he's not even respecting himself or her well-being or health. I agree with you on all that. Well, first of all, you have to give this man somewhat of a pat on the back. He lived a fraudulent lifestyle for 9 years until temptation gave in. Ms. Bundy, didn't you talk about temptation earlier in the podcast? But yeah, he lived a fraudulent lifestyle for 9 years. Apparently, this dude came along, flakier than a buttery croissant, and got his nose open. You know, next thing you know, they're seeing each other. I apologize. I don't want the alphabet people after me, not the LBGTQYRZ people after me. I do not want to fuck with them. Okay. Supreme says try to change him, but Bruce wanted to be Batman. Yeah, he did. Oh, no. Bruce wanted to be Caitlyn. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Yeah, you cannot change anyone. Like I said, the new guy came through and, shit, old boy thought to himself, you know what? It's something about you I knew I couldn't leave in my past. Shit. And Dave says, hey, maybe he likes both. No, right now I think he's just like a one. But man, I'd hate to be the janitor to clean up that broom closet. I just would. I'd probably just throw a grenade in there and hang a sign on the door. Do not open. But yeah, that's Okay, what does he do to fix this? The dude is threatening to expose them. Tell his family if he does not leave. Basically, you're giving an ultimatum. Leave your family, or I'm going to tell your wife that we've been fucking. Well, see, here's the thing. If it was a woman, you could probably take that on the chin. You know what? Tell her. Tell her. I don't give a fuck what you say. Tell her. And you can, rigmarole your way with your wife and make it out that she's a liar. Okay. Brame says broom closet booty. But this is a gay guy. He goes, I need to talk to you about your husband. It's over. You can't fix that. She's going to believe him. Miss Bunny says he needs to set his wife free. He does. You need to go home, tell your wife, baby, I'm gay. She's going to look at you and say, I don't believe you. You're going to have to confront her with the truth. Baby, you know I struggled with that when we first got together. We went through counseling. I thought it was over. Miss Austin says either way, he's being unfaithful and she'll be hurt. Yes, she will be hurt. Matthew says he's going to have to jerk him off so hard with eye contact, he falls asleep after climax. Matthew, is that what you're doing to yourself? Hey, I'm going to leave that alone. Supreme says, my mama said don't let nobody blackmail you. Tell it all, brother. That's what I'm saying. Dave says, see, all the shit that happens when people aren't honest with each other and or themselves. You're right. That's what I'm saying. He need to go home and tell his wife, look, I'm gay. And I know she's going to say, I don't believe you. Tell her. You knew I struggled with this when we got together. She's probably going to say, I still don't believe you. We've been together 9 years, and you have not given me any type of signs that you've been gay. And that's when you got to tell her, baby, if you punch me in my stomach right now, Rainbow's going to shoot out my ass. That's how gay I am. Brad says, you can take the man out the closet, but you can't take the closet out the man. No, you cannot. So, yeah, you're going to have to tell her, baby, I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm so gay, I'm ready to, move to San Francisco and let it all hang out. So, yeah, you might just have to tell her that. But definitely, Miss Bundy says she's going to murk him. And she should. That's a horrible life of deception right there. Matthew says, wait, you mean to say his wife is in denial? Shocker. Jamie says, closet closed for demolition. It should be. Shit. Yeah, you set that woman free. You done did everything but kill this woman now. Shit. She thinking she got a good man. God knows she's going to be humiliated to her friends, family, and the community. Supreme says, come out the broom closet. Yeah, all because, you want to live this fraudulent lifestyle. Go home. As you're driving home, build up enough courage and confidence. Cut the radio on. Your favorite song, It's Raining Men, might come on, help you out, give you that strength you need to go in there and face your wife. But you definitely need to go in there and talk to her, set her free, and let her know some things that she desperately needs to know about you. Even if she was in denial, I'm quite sure now her eyes will be open. You need to get to her before the blackmail and twinkle toe gets to her first. Matthew says she should have bailed when he said, I'll give up dick for you. She's just as much a fraud as he is. No, she's not a fraud. She's just a woman who wanted to stand by her man. Unfortunately, he wanted to stand by his man also. So that's where things got sticky here. That's a rough one right there. Wow. Chance, I don't know where you're from. I don't even think that's your real name. I do think your wife took a chance on fooling with you from the start. That's going to blow up in her face. I love my wife and my family, so I'm taking it that there's kids in this equation. Matthew says she thought she was going to bring him back to the home team. No, he went to the home team. That's the problem. So, yeah, there's kids involved. Antonita also says she thought the Ilnana was going to turn him around. It did temporarily, but he was who he was. When you're a fake and a fraud, that's just who you are. Fake and a fraud. Sooner or later, you get exposed. So, and that's what happened here. He went into this trying to convince her that he had changed and he was someone else, someone different, when deep down and long, he was who he was. He was a very fraudulent man. And, if it wasn't that coworker, who knows what it could have been. It could have been a hole in the wall at a men's truck stop bathroom. It could have been a what do they call them, a bathhouse. It could have been anything, Sooner or later, he was going to expose himself. So it's unfortunate. As Bundy says, hence, you can't turn a cheater into a faithful person. I agree with you on that one. That's the first thing that we agreed to. There could be many more. You never know. But yeah. Supreme says, Il Nana make it go straight for the date, but it can't keep you straight. Well, who knows? Brad says sometimes when you eat fish too much, you just want a piece of meat. Nah, I'm gonna keep eating fish. Godfrey says she thought her coin purse was magical. MT Nita Austin says, I'm sure the coworker wasn't the first in 9 years. Exactly. And LB says he likes poles and not holes. Dave says, truth. Said it 100 times. If I said it once. Prem says, shoot that shot, player. Kobe. But yeah. I'm sorry that well, Chance, I don't feel bad for you at all. I feel bad for the wife. Honestly, I hope she choked the hell out of you. But that's it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Before I leave, I got some food for thought. It's not an original. I had help from Brianna with this one, but I'm still going to give it either way because we got to do better as couples. We got to do better in relationships. We got to do better as people. One thing I don't like is being misleading. When you say you're ready for a relationship and you go into a relationship, stay that way. Don't get comfortable. Don't change. People's hearts, people's feelings are at stake here. People invest in your happiness. Invest in that relationship, invest in the future. They spend time, they spend money. They involve their feelings only for you to show your ass and who you really are. So with that, I'll say, put on your brake lights. You're in a city of wonder where they don't play nice. Watch out, you might just go under. You better think twice. Your train of thought will be altered. So if you must falter, be wise. That's from Disturbia. Thank you, Rihanna. But I want to thank y'all. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in to one of the hottest relationship podcasts in the game right now, Relationships 101. I'm your host, John Evans, and this is the house that Toxic built. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Until then, until next week anyway, be good to each other. Jamie, play me out.